GM, everybody. GM. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to Web3 Breakfast. My name is Jay Chains. And this is what we do every Monday through Friday here at 10 a.m. on the East Coast, baby. We live in it. Today, let's see, what is today? Today's Thursday, February 16th. So moving forward, for the next couple weeks, we have got a sponsor for the show, Golden Baboons. That is pretty exciting to see what they've got going on. We'll talk more about this in a little bit, but just while we got a couple of you guys in here, something to take a look at. It is a collection of 6,000 baboons. Really cool. It is it's actually an investment club. There's a bunch of people living in the Web 2 world that are expanding into Web 3. So it is a cool one of those things where this is what we need. We need growth. We need new people injecting capital into our ecosystem, and this is one way to do it. So big shout out to the Golden Baboons Mining Club for sponsoring the show for the next couple weeks. But let's get into this. I got something really, really exciting to tell you guys. Really exciting. The NFT Go.io barometer, the one that we always talk about, that's been just toying with our emotions for the last couple weeks. It's at 41 today. First time we've seen the 40s, and we blasted from 28 yesterday up to 41 today. And if we look at things like the blue chip index, I mean, this fucking thing just ripped in the last 24 hours. We know Bitcoin's up, ETH's up, the bull market is back on, or is it? What's going on? Is this a bull trap? What are we going to see happening here? So definitely want to get into some of that kind of stuff, because the theme of the day today is DYOR, do your own research. There's a lot of things that that can happen, that can go wrong if you have that herd mentality, especially when the excitement level. I mean, you hear the excitement in my voice. Like that NFT Go.io barometer that I talk about. Like, it's not the end all be all, but holy shit, we haven't seen that in the 40s yet. That's got to get you excited. Seeing the Bitcoin price, seeing the ETH price, seeing these things go up is exciting. But we got to make sure that we're not getting caught in a bull trap. But we'll chat about all of that stuff here shortly. So make sure that you guys, if you're just filling in here, hit that little purple pill down in the bottom right. Let's get some more folks in here so we can have a really good, engaging conversation today, talking about doing our research. What kind of strategies do you put in place, especially in a time like this where there's a lot of money to be made, but you could also, get caught holding the bag. So a lot of different strategies. Everybody's got their own, or at least should have their own. So it's going to be a fun conversation today. If you want to participate, if you want to come up on stage and be a speaker, all you got to do is raise your hand. I encourage that here at Web3 Breakfast. We are a community show. I am a community member. We are by the community for the community. So that being said, if you want to pop on up, just here we go. Will, I appreciate you. I'll bring you on up, and then we'll go. While we're waiting for some more people to pop in, I want to go through just a couple little house cleaning items really quick here. We talked about the NFT Go.io barometer, which I was so excited when I saw that thing hit 40. In fact, I am actually going to pin that to the nest because I just posted something. This is one of those things that we're getting better at here on Web3 Breakfast. Is we gotta pin some stuff up to the nest, so you guys got some fun stuff to look at while we just chit chat here and have a great community conversation. So, all right, that is up there. Go ahead and take a look at that. Make sure that we get that thing circulated and let everybody know that Web3 is here. The markets are feeling good. We got Bitcoin coming in at almost $24,500, up almost 8% on the day. You got Ethereum coming at 1678, almost up a little over 6.5% on the day. You got BNB 318. That whole story with BNB, I think that's a coordinated FUD attempt, even though it's still going up today, which is good. XRP 39 cents. You got Cardano at 40 cents. Let's go, baby. Polygon Matic up almost 8.5% to $1.38. What else? Anything down that we should be looking at? Because that would be the opportunity. Tron, almost 0.5%. Nothing crazy. And then let's just look at some floor prices really quick on some of our favorite collections in the NFT space. You got I love seeing this. Other Deed for Other Side climbed back up over 2 ETH floor yesterday, sitting at a 2 ETH floor right now. You got the Chungos at a 0.12. That's down a little bit today. Volume down 50% for those Chungos. What else? Anything else worth noting? The checks are at a 0.6 ETH floor. Volume is up 88%, so pretty big. Pudgy Penguins up volume-wise on the day. So got some good things happening in the NFT space. Really exciting to see that. All right. GM, Will, how are you today, buddy?
GM, J Chains, I'm good. I'm well. And just tapping in and tuning into the conversation and see what I can learn.
I love it. Who else we got in the crowd here today? We got Fully, we got Mine, we got Chris D, Lady Boss, Matthew, Jeb, Deezy, Cole, and Corey. Oh, that's like, those are my homies right there. Those are the real deals. Jeb, bring you on up here really quick. Guys, in case you are just tuning in, we'll give you a little rundown here of what we got going on at Web3 Breakfast. So this is naturally a Twitter space that what we're doing at Win Media is we are learning how to live stream our Twitter spaces all at the same time. So this is broadcast onto multi-platforms. We are live streaming to Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, as well as doing a live Twitter space. So if you want to participate in the conversation, head on over to Twitter. I will put up the banner right here just in case you don't know how to find me on the old tweet skis. Here we go. There we go. Boom. At CryptoJChains over on Twitter. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, just request it. Just say, hey, I want to speak today. And we'll bring you on up. Turbo, I'm gonna bring you up as my co-host. He's my co-host with the most. See, Jeb is up, Matthew's up, Final's up. What is going on, everybody?
GM,
sir. What are you thinking about all of this bullish action in the market? Are you convinced, or are you cautiously optimistic?
Are we asking me?
Yes, sir. Jeb, I will start with you, sir. I guess I didn't say, hey, Jeb, what do you think? But yeah. What do you think about what's going on right now? Are you in it? Are you buying, or are you waiting?
I am waiting just because I have to.
Well, that's a good reason. That is a great reason to sit on the sidelines until the time is right. That's one of our, key strategies is just making sure that when you invest at the time that's right for you, what you can afford to invest, all that. We got a couple people popping up here on the stage. Can take care of that. Let's see. Wow, my phone just got. There you go. Turbo, what's up, dude? Uh-oh, Turbo's rugging.
He's rugging.
Turbo's
hey
rugging.
Man, I'm excited to be here, J Chains, and I'm bullish on the market, even when it's down. Still bullish because it's our future. We know what's coming. Everyone just sit tight, keep accumulating, and the time will come. The time is the number one currency of the world, and so if you utilize it correctly, your moment will come.
I love that, man. And time is also our most precious commodity. That is the one thing that you cannot make more of, nor get it back. So use it wisely.
Justin Timberlake did it.
Cry me a river. What did he do?
I'm just kidding. Have you seen that movie where they got like the time on their hands and they can like get more time?
Oh no, I don't think so.
On their wrist. You haven't seen that? Oh, dude, that's a dope movie. I can't remember the name of it, but like they do things and it gives them time. Like that's how much time they have. Is like they pay for things with time or something. It was crazy. That was a great movie.
That's a really interesting concept. You pay in time. I guess that's what you do if you go to the fiat farm, right? If you have a 9 to 5, that's what you're doing. You are paying in time.
Right.
All right, Turbo. What do you think? Are we able to hear you now?
Yo, Jay, can you hear me?
We can hear you. It definitely sounds like you are driving somewhere. I feel like I'm talking to Bull Hauler right now.
Hell yeah, I got the trucks hooked up. I just picked up my bull hauler NFT. It comes with one load of cattle. I got 18 steers in the back of a truck right now. I'm pulling them. It's a dope NFT.
Yeah.
No, man, I just wanted to say, remember we were in Miami and you were telling me, that it was a good idea maybe to get my testosterone checked out and stuff,
Yep.
And so I went and I did that. I got my testosterone checked out and I paid for it. Paid for my injections and everything. But then they were like, they took the test and they said, you know what, like your levels are too high. and so we can't give you the shots. And I said, okay, cool, no worries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. I was like, but I did pay. Can I just get my money back for what I paid for? And they were like, not an issue. Well, they never sent it, right? I get a call 2 days ago, and the guy's like, hey man, he said, how's your treatments going? I said, well, I'm not on treatments because I was too high, and they never sent me back my money. He was like, okay, not to worry. I'm gonna send you out a letter. I apologize so much, yada yada yada. He was like, just apologizing like crazy. I'm like, okay, bro. I get the letter. They're sending me $2,000 to never talk about my experience.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what?
As he's talking about it.
I ain't signed it yet.
Gotta love Hush Buddy.
That's interesting. Well, that's good, man. So, you know, those are like sometimes the gifts from the Web3 gods, right? So either you can pay some bills if you need to, or you can buy some NFTs or some coin.
Nope. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna go stay in the state park with Fully Vox in California. They're gonna create a bunch of content. I'm gonna come to Atlanta. We're gonna do a pizza party in Atlanta. I'm just gonna travel around, man, and meet all these people and gather content and do that extraordinary thing that it's gonna take to truly push Web3 forward. Because I have a great opportunity and I gotta take it.
Great idea.
I love that. That's great. That we need more motivation like that in this world.
Dude, we were talking last night. I think we got a future in TikTok too. You know, especially Turbo and myself. You know, we're gonna make some fire content, man. Turbo, I'm gonna find you somewhere. You know,
thanks, Jeb. Me and Jay Chains didn't want to participate.
Yeah.
No. Well, look,
cool, dude.
Turbo, and I need to link up first, right? Then we go out to you guys. That's how it's gonna work.
Hey Jay, do you want to start our own TikTok show?
Yeah. So hey guys,
Yo, I didn't have the heart to tell Jeb Deezy that it was already us. I just didn't have it. You know what I mean? So if you guys could just let him just kind of stay on.
All right, I guess we can let you.
Hey, just so you guys know, this is a very special Web3 breakfast announcement. It is a thing that Fully Voxed and I are going to be doing, this amazing new TikTok thing. It's going to be way cooler than what Jeb and Turbo could ever even imagine putting together. I just want to let you know that Fully Voxed and I are going to be the TikTok kings. That's all. Thank you.
And we'll let you guys watch. We'll let you guys watch. Don't worry about it. Like you'll be like our top on the watch list. We'll
put your names into our SEO so that you just can't help but watch. And then you'll see, like, when we got like 5 to 10 million views for every video, and you guys are struggling to get like 30 to 40. We'll help you out. We'll bring you up on our show. We'll maybe do like a live with you. We'll just we'll throw you a bone, extend that olive branch.
We're gonna start bribing for 74K, and see who can get him on the team first. Because I think he's gonna be the make it or break it between the TikTok videos.
Oh no, 74K. He's on the conspiracy bill. He's gonna get us bad views.
Yeah, and he's on our team, by the way, because him and I live like literally 20 minutes from each other. So our team. Thanks.
Dude, you ever have a conversation with Seven in the background, a deep conversation? You're gonna walk out there going, "Damn, I just learned something today."
Or you will be fucking afraid for your life because like he knows everything about conspiracies. And then
I had to hang up last night. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm about to go to bed. I'm already like class 5 nightmare status.
Jeb had to sleep in bed with his parents last night.
Did you hang up, or did the Fed hang up for you?
How did he get his phone? Wait, it's before 10:30. How did you get your phone?
Yeah. Well, what I did was I snuck out. You know what I mean? Grabbed the broomstick, whacked it off the fridge.
He's got to watch. He's got to watch Baby Century videos before bed.
Yo, I see Mind Your Biz down there. Are you guys going to Outer Edge next
Hey
month?
Bear? Have you seen the Hey Bear Century videos? That's what it is. Hey Bear.
I have not. Final, what'd you say?
I said Mind Your Biz was down there, and then I asked Jay Chains. I said, "Are you guys going to Outer Edge next month in LA?"
We'll see. I applied to be a speaker a long time ago, and I have not heard back from them. So I don't know. I wanted to.
I'll call them. I'm one of the speakers, bro.
We had plans to go, and it was called NFTLA, but then when they changed the name, we just refused.
Can't risk it. We're real big on brand and just identity.
Yeah, I'm old school. Like, if you change something on me, I don't want to be a part of it.
It's like it's part of being a millennial. I see crypto casually just came into the building. So casually, so quietly. What's up, my dude?
GM, what's Gucci? How y'all doing? Miss Hi now? Hi. Say GM. No. She don't say GM. I swear to God, I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like every time I ask her to say GM, she's like, nah, bro, I can't help you.
Yeah, my wife thinks it's silly as well. It's all right though. They don't know yet.
Yeah.
Living it, man.
She's 5 though, so
living the dream. How about you?
She'll figure it out. Hey man, just doing well. You know, just want to tap in with the fam. Saw the bunch of fam up here. Things are good. Getting ready for ETH Denver. Are you gonna be in attendance?
That's another one. I don't know. I've got a ticket to go to like the decentral part, but we'll see. I got a lot to focus on right now. I feel like, we talked a second ago about time in the day. Like, I feel like I don't even have enough time in the day right now to get all the things done that I need to get done. So like to go, and I understand the importance of these in real life events, but I was a beast last year. I know that I've got way too much to get done, that if I focus right now, man, during the next bull run, like I could do every fucking conference that I want to. I can do everything that we can all do everything that we want to. But right now it's like, I got to stay in my lane. I got to put on the blinders and I got to like get to work.
Facts.
It's good that you have enough discipline to recognize it, and then act on it though. So
I definitely feel that, especially being a father of 2, a CEO, the commander of this guild. I help with the magazine team. I code our website. I coach track and field. I coach football, and I help my team with our socials as well. But time, knowledge, relationships, and then the dollar, and that's been a valuable lesson for me, and that's how I came up with the theory of the 4 currencies of the world, and utilizing that knowledge and relationships. And anyone that says money makes the world go round, I can show you that relationships go a lot farther than a dollar.
Hell yeah, dude. I love that. That's our quote for the day. Relationships go farther than the dollar. I'm gonna post that one. Final Frontier. I love that.
Yeah, we should all tweet that. Sorry to cut you off. I think we should quotation tweet it.
Sorry, Jeb interrupted me, so I unmuted his mic. So
I'm still alive.
No, hey guys, if you could reach down, let's go ahead and hit that retweet button. Let's get some more people up in here. We got some awesome people in the building, great community. Breakfast, it's that time, Jay. You know what I mean? Like, it's about time to get in that convo. What we got for today? I know I was late, so what are we talking about?
Well, I want to talk about, like doing your own research, and it applies to like a couple different things, right? Like obviously, there's a lot of excitement going on right now, and so this is the time that you gotta do your research. Like, why is it exciting, right? Like, what's going on with ETH to cause this pump? What's going on with Bitcoin to cause these things? So that you're making the right informed decisions. Some of the NFT projects are starting to see some really good price increase. Is this the time to get in? You should be looking at not only fundamentals but market conditions, all these things that play a factor and roles into, are you going to start investing your money? Are you going to start dropping some coins? So, you really got to start paying attention to doing your research. And there are probably several other things that I know that we'll touch on with that. But, with that being said, what are people doing right now to make sure that you're making the right investing decisions with current market conditions? And Will, I want you go first.
Well, off topic, just to kind of sweeten the deal for you, Jay Chain. So you're saying that you're going to pass up on an opportunity to come hang with Will T in his home city of Denver, Colorado, and have unlimited access? Really?
It's not that I want to pass it up. Trust me, it does hurt. It hurts. It hurts me inside to not go to the conferences, because I am a in real life person, right? It's just right now, like I've got to I got my realtor coming to the house later on today, so my house is going to hit the market in a couple of weeks. So I got to move to Austin. I got to we got to run this business, When Media. I got to do my show and start incubating and growing the community. So and I know that going to this the in real life events would help and are really a good catalyst for that. But I think the sum of all the other activity just is a little bit of a prohibitive right now. But I promise you, Will, if I could get to Denver for ETH Denver, if I could get to LA for Outer Limits or whatever they decided to call it, like I would absolutely do that. I just don't think that is the best business decision. Plus, I traveled a lot last year, and I missed a little bit of my daughter growing up. I brought her with me to a lot of places, but she's just like at that age where she's so fucking sweet and so cute, and I don't really want to miss a whole lot of that right now.
Well, if you need some help with moving,
I was just yanking your chain there, bro.
No, but trust me, Will, like that, I feed off of the energy of these live events. So if I could, I would absolutely do that. And if it can happen, maybe it will, if if the right conditions happen. But I'm just keeping my head down right now and focusing. But I do know that you were yanking my chain. What was that final?
I said, if you need some help with moving, I'll give you some bodies. Me and my kids come down there. I'm only an hour away from Austin.
Nice. I'm gonna be moving from Atlanta out to Austin, back to Austin. I cannot wait, y'all. I cannot wait. But anyway, let's talk about, let's get into doing our own research, all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I do want to say along with that is, this is Web3 Breakfast. This is the first sponsored space that we're doing, and this is the Golden Baboons who have sponsored it. And so when when you see stuff like this in a Twitter space, make sure that you are doing your research. Don't just take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing that I do want people to understand is, just because, we've got a show sponsor for Web3 Breakfast doesn't mean that you should just hop in. You got to always do your research. I am really excited about this, though. Like I said, at the beginning of the show, really quick about Golden Baboons, and then let's move into doing our research, is that they are really bringing a Web2 community with them over here to Web3. And I think that's probably one of the most important things that we've got to look at is, how are we going to grow this ecosystem? How are we going to bring fresh capital in? Because this echo chamber that we're in right now, it's not going to do it. And that's what concerns me. And let's bring this now back full circle to why we're doing our own research. What is the catalyst for this pump? And is this the right time to start buying in? Because it could just be, where's this fresh capital? Where are we seeing these millions or billions possibly coming into the market from? Where's this happening? Is this artificial? Is this just a volume pump to be a bull trap? Let's talk about that.
Well, I can tell you from the Google perspective. So I was at a conference with their executives, and we were actually the only ones there representing Web3. It was at UCLA. It was our sports, business, finance, and tech. And every major corporate executive you can think of was in the building. So it was a great opportunity for us to talk about, Solana, Ethereum, Web3 gaming, what's happening in our space. And we had a talk in the VIP room. Next thing you know, there was lots of convo about it. And then bam, Google invests $39 million into Solana. So this is real money being put in, but I still don't think it's the right time for the average investor. Just slowly accumulate. Like, don't get caught in maybe some of these whales or institutions or corporations taking profits during a time where their traditional earnings are hurting.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing. And that's, when we are doing our research, you got to go out and look at some of the other factors. Because I think, one thing, and anybody that wants to talk about this, I think that, maybe it's a good time. You've got to start to think that, the traditional markets and the crypto markets, they're starting to run in parallel, right? Like, we're starting to see the similar activities. Whereas a couple years ago, you might see the stock market make a move before the crypto markets did, right? They weren't as aligned as they are right now. Now, is it a perfect match? No. Obviously, crypto's a lot younger than the traditional markets, but I think, as crypto matures, those will start to run more of a parallel, where you see, certain factors that will impact prices on both ecosystems. That's one way to kill a room, huh?
Well, and you're right about that. Like, we've seen some similarities in the S&P 500, and Jay Chains, I think a factor with that is, as we did see more of the big net get involved in the crypto space, we saw Tesla make a statement, and they exercised, hey, we cashed out some of our Bitcoin to show our holders that it is lucrative for us, and the little bit we cashed out was more money than we made selling Teslas in 12 months. But what does that look like? Is this something we're going to see with every time their stocks or whatever it is that they have on this traditional side is hurting, that they use this space to take those profits? What does it look like when gaming becomes more of a way of life versus just something people do for a euphoric experience. What do these markets look like in 36 months and 5 years and 10 years?
You're talking about like the crypto markets. What are they going to look like?
Yeah. What is your thought on that?
Oh, dude, you got to think that I don't know the global market cap of like the stock index or whatever, right? But I can use gold as a reference, and gold is a $10 trillion market cap or somewhere around there. I think that we will eclipse that probably in the next 5 to 7 years, potentially sooner, depending on I guess some of the other activity, right? Like, one of the things where we have to start looking at this is, as some of the emerging technologies come out from Web3, that has the potential to change the game, 100%. Like right now, we live off the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin. But what happens if some metaverse changes the game? What if the Oasis comes out? And I don't expect this, but what if like the Oasis came out in 5 years? That would change it would turn everything upside down, right? So there's always the potential for that, especially as we see like technology change so fast. It's such a rapid change. I mean, we talk about this in every space. I feel like every space I listen to or something, or it's just in conversations, like, a day is a week, is a month, is a year here in crypto or in Web3, right? Where the timelines that we live on are not the same as everyone else. If God forbid you take a week vacation, like you are lost, like you've got to play catch up, and it's insane, right?
Definitely agreed.
Yeah, and man, dude, I want to say too, like doing your own research nowadays, like man, it's like too tough. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do all the research in the world about somebody, check their background, all that stuff, and they still just, like, and sometimes like it ain't even much about being a scam, but sometimes, like shit just falls through and it doesn't happen. Like it just doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
Like they have all intentions to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think what the part that to do your own research that we need to add to is that if you do your own research and you find a project or a person or whatever that is, right, that's good, then like it's our responsibility to go and to like help and to push out their message and to share to others and ask our people closest to us, like, hey, what do you think, right? Like I'm seeing somebody good. Do you agree? And if so, like how can we help this person out? Because if we would work together to help these entities, to get to their next place, then they would be successful. But we don't do that. Instead, we're like, oh, this shit's definitely going to blow up. We buy it. We don't say nothing. And then we sell it as soon as we can make some money. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for the founders. You know what I'm saying? And I understand we're here for that, right? And there are groups of people, that's their thing. And I'm not shaming nobody for that. All I'm saying is that it makes it tough sometimes, being a founder to try to do that.
Yeah. That's a great point. That's a great point, Turbo.
I mean, I don't know, Jay, Chat GPT, AI bots, you know what I'm saying? I just found a new one where we can get phone numbers and like we can have like an assistance free. Don't cost nothing. Thank you for calling J Chains Enterprise. How may I direct your phone call? I mean, dude, that's free now. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you beat that? You know what I'm saying? If I'm a brand new person, right? We're all innovators in here, with maybe some, some really early adopters that are in here right now. But when we get mass adoption, Maya says most advanced yet acceptable. These people are going to be like, they got to have it going on. They have a secretary that's working the desk. They got all these articles, they have all this stuff. But in reality, it's just bots and, different things like that.
Well, I have a feeling that there will be a lot of people who, if they just rely on, how do you say this? If you just rely on those kind of tools to do your research, I think you're going to end up getting wrecked, right? If you just now, I know that there are trading algorithms, there are all sorts of things that you could probably use to be maybe just more skilled at what you're doing. But like, say if you're just going in to use, and maybe the example is a little bit off, but one of the things that I was having a conversation with my wife yesterday, and she was telling me that, I was on some podcast that they were talking about ChatGPT, and it was, how you can use it to, do your own research kind of thing, right? And like, so this guy was asking, hey, I need to take my wife and daughter, or wife and kids out or whatever for this weekend. What are some fun things to do? And what it did is it listed some fun things that have happened on the weekends in that particular area. All of them happened in the past, right? So now if you're just plugging this in, hey, what coin should I buy? And it's going to reference some part of, its database or wherever, where it sends you, Solana. And now you're like, shit, that's the one. I'm going to fucking ape into Solana. And then, it goes from $1,000 down to like 50 cents or whatever happened to it. You know what I mean? Like, so there are some ways where people will get wrecked using that technology by not even thinking about doing their own research or using their own brain. So I hope that we can just caution people with that. Does that make any sense to like what you said versus the rebuttal, Turbo?
No, most definitely, bro, for sure. And two, like in that, man, it really made me think about just emotions, right? Like we have emotions and they're based on like, a series of events and how we react. And so because we're acted upon by the outside world, our emotions and stuff constantly change. And we've talked about that a little bit. So in artificial intelligence, like our robots will have emotions as well, because it'll be a series of events that they do over and over again that they'll have a certain action or outcome. The thing about computers is that, in just technology, we'll talk computers, is that the only way that they can be acted upon from an outside force is if somebody goes in and they change the code or they do the engineering or like that, right? And so that's really where we kind of run into the problem in the future, is because, that's all about the people who are putting the information in, you know what I'm saying? So if we are the people who are creating, kind of the foundation, do your own research, do this is what it should look like. These are some indicators that we're looking for. These are different things. And the people can now take all of those, the things that we're looking for and program them into the information so that we see it. And that's why I'm just a big proponent, man. Like, you were talking about, Eat Denver and all these places. The one thing that it's really, really hard to fake is when you spend like a good amount of time around someone, right? Not just for like 5-10 minutes. You can meet someone 5-10 minutes, they hoodwink the hell out of you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like if you spend like a day with somebody, that's when you're really going to be able to see what they're about.
That's true. You could also get rug pulled after spending more than a day with somebody. So what are some of those things? And I think social cues, being able to read a room, being able to like understand body language and all that stuff, that could also be, when we're talking about doing your own research and we're talking about in real life events and like what you just said, Turbo, like, yeah, like you could meet somebody at one of these conferences that puts on a hell of a show, and then you shake on it, and then you get back, and then what is it? I think, Carmen, we were talking about this the other day on a call where, there's like this 30-day thing where, within 30 days, if you don't see someone's personality change for the worse, and Carmen, correct me if I'm wrong on that, it is about 30 days, right? Then you're going to be all right. But they typically have within that 30-day time frame to show you who they actually are.
Absolutely. Somebody can take an opportunity in a short amount of time to tell you and paint a picture of who they are. But truly, the way that we build trust between each other is coming through on our commitments and being consistent and being balanced in terms of your approach. So when it comes to professional business, when you're kind of in that first moment of sniffing butts and figuring out who each other are, you kind of come up with a game plan. And that's what collaboration looks like. But then the success to collaboration is being able to follow through on the commitments and do it in a consistent manner where there's no excuses, there's no bad attitudes, there's no drama, you keep a professional manner. And it's very, very, very hard to find in this space. We don't have a lot of rules, we don't have a lot of regulations, and there's a minimum barrier to entry in order to deploy a smart contract.
See? It doesn't matter. And it's really interesting. And that's not something, until we had this conversation, to be perfectly honest with everybody, that's not something I had, ever really thought about. Now, I would consider myself to be a pretty good judge of character. I have been hoodwinked before, like, we probably all have. But, doing your research and also taking that into the real life equation, that's a new one. That's not something that, obviously, you probably had that, you had the wherewithal, but you just didn't think about that you were thinking about it. And if you wouldn't have thought, if you wouldn't have been thinking, you wouldn't have thought that.
Right. And I think we even expanded further into that conversation, talking about like, this isn't something that we don't know exists, because if you've been in any kind of leadership position, if you have had a job, that when you onboard somebody new onto the team, you went through an interview process. You think that you have an understanding of their competencies, their skill sets, and what they're experts in, and you brought them onto the team for a reason. But you still have to get onboarded. You still have to integrate. You still have to get the work started. And, most leaders will find that, you need to kind of work with somebody on a 30, 60, 90-day plan in order to make sure that, number one, you gave them the right resources, but two, that they can actually be coachable, that they're delivering on their deliverables, and that they're on time.
Mic drop.
Yeah, that was awesome. But when you think about the average person, right? When we look at a cultural thing, the average person's thought of doing due diligence or doing their own research is watching the news, if you want to be frank. Or it's, let me go sit in Barnes and Noble and read a book for dummies about something. And a lot of times I think we are so in tune with our space that our versions of doing due diligence isn't what the normal cultural version of doing due diligence is. And so how do we change that? And I honestly think it starts with the basics, right? That's part of our magazine is the FAQ for crypto beginners. Some of the most basic questions, because before they can truly deep dive into some projects, they may need to still know the basics. I have my uncle, contact me all the time. He's been in crypto for 2 years and still asks me about how to use some exchanges. And when it comes to that relationship piece, when you're going to these IRL events and you see a speaker, are they just up there just kind of going through almost like an invisible teleprompter script, or are they trying to connect with people on the panel or in the audience? Kind of reading them, so to speak. When it's over, do they just pop smoke, or do they actually try to go and connect with people that took their time that they can't get back to listen to them and, deep dive into what they had to say? And also, when we're building relationships inside the community with different projects, different people, is it symbiotic, or is it just someone that just wants something from you and that's it?
Yo, you made a great point, Final, about the people on stage at them damn conferences. Sheesh. Yo, I'm going to tell you, man, look, we live in a world of the good old boy system. You know what I mean? It's natural. We do that. You know what I mean? We're going to hook up the people that we like around us and shit like that. But damn, man, because it does give validity when you stand on that stage, you know what I'm saying, to, to that person that's talking. And I can't tell you, man, I've been to a couple of these presentations where I was like, man, that mug did not know shit about what they were talking about. And then it's kind of like this weird, moment, because for me, I want to say something, you know what I mean? But then it's like, hell, I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because they're on stage and I'm not. So I got this imposter syndrome thing going on. And then I go, and it takes me a couple of days to look it up, and you find out that they were just talking out of their a-hole, and so in that, and that's really, I think, like when me and Jay Chains were talking about, because I've been like hounding them about do your own research, because I got wamboozled the other day, man. I almost got my wallet drained. And they had a fucking game. They had a full functioning game, beautiful website, huge white paper. Like everything, dress right dress. And they were literally just cleaning out your wallet. And I'm like, damn, what more can I do,
So okay, that's the question. What more can you do? What should you do?
Jay, I don't know. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, of course, burner wallets and, things of all that nature. But, for me, it's like, I really want to try. I do have some burner wallets, of course. Everybody should, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? And look, I'm just a DJ, so don't, I wouldn't take my advice necessarily. But, I hate the fact that, like, we have to have burner wallets. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's going to, that's something we're going to have to really work, to try to eliminate when adoption comes. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my mom's sitting here looking at me right now with the craziest look on her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, burner wallets? I'm like, hell yeah, like a burner phone. And she's like, I'm like, no. But I also do have to say real quick, Carmen, my mom heard you speak and she was like, who is that? I was like, that's Carmen. That's the boss queen on this team. And she was like, I like her. I told you, Carmen. I told you. But no, Jay, it's really just one of those things, man. Like, bro, I don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I literally don't know.
You do know. It's what you just said. You have to, and I know it's ridiculous and it's silly, but it's all we can do right now is you have to have your hot and your cold wallets. You just have to. That's your only option. And it's a dumbass thing because I don't carry two wallets in real life with me. I don't have, a bank account that's my dummy bank account. Like we don't have these things. And so yes, it is a dumbass concept. It is a stupid thing that we need to do in order to safeguard our assets. But right now, it's all that we can do. You have a Mint wallet and you have you have your checking account and your savings account. All of your NFTs that you love, put them in your savings account. Don't keep them in your checking account. Put them in your savings account. It's safe.
I love that, Jay.
I have to say, I'm sorry, Carmel, I'll toss right back. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but Jay, I have to admit, I do have a burner wallet, like a secondary bank account. It's my Cash App. So like if I sign up for something, they want like my debit card information. I just send them my Cash App and I don't keep any money in there. So then if I forget to cancel that shit.
Dude, that's what I was about to say, man. I got my Cash App, I got my Coinbase, I got multiples.
Hey, Jay. I like what you were saying because, it's like people are so used to traditional money that they're like, oh, I got to go put it in a bank and I got to let a bank control my money and hold it for me. But in crypto, you are the fucking bank. You control your wallet. You control if it gets stolen or not. It's how you are with your security practices. So you're in charge. That's the whole point. Financial freedom, right? Like that means you are in charge of your wallet and your money. Whatever you connect your wallet to, you're taking that risk. Just like if you were to send a bank transfer or send somebody your account number at a bank or whatever, or your login information at a bank, like you wouldn't do that with your bank, right? So why are you doing it with crypto? So you got to treat it like if this is gone, my life is gone. So use a cold wallet, use a hard wallet, use whatever to safeguard your assets, but just know that that's the whole point of crypto is you are in charge of your finances. You can pull them at any moment and do whatever you want with it.
Let me ask you a question. You could use a multi-sig wallet as an individual, right? You just have to attach different, like if you've got a couple wallet addresses, so you could do your own multi-sig to save yourself all of this ass ache in the beginning.
If for all of you in here that don't know what a multi-sig is, we need to educate you so you start using it. Genosis Safe, or the safe, I think they're moving it towards. It's basically an address where you need multiple signatures to execute a transaction. You need multiple signers. So let's say you have a group of people and you're getting money in for a project or something like that, right? Well, you don't want one person to be able to move that money. You want like 3 of the 4 people, like 75% ratio is what I usually use. That way, if one of your people's wallets get compromised, if 2 of your people's wallets get compromised, they can't make a transaction. You got to have 3 of you get compromised for them to make a transaction, and that would be a major security risk. Yeah. So, and you would deserve it at that point. So,
that would be like shut the project down.
They cost nothing to start. It's literally free. You go to Genosis-Safe or Google it. You'll find it. But it's a great program. It'll keep your keys. It'll keep your crypto safe. It'll also keep your NFT safe. You can hold NFTs in the wallet now. Like at Grandma Ape Spa Club, we've got our vault on a Genosis that has, the ETH coming in from the contract, and it also has about 60 NFTs that we use to give away out to onboard people. So, you just gotta safeguard your shit. Use a Genosis, even if it's personal. Use different wallets as the signatures, and don't connect those wallets to anything.
Don't connect them. Matthew, you got your hand up, and then we're gonna go to Chris.
GM. Just want to shout out a couple best practices that I'm actually working on. I'll be doing this week, but I have a burner laptop that my wife actually got rid of because of work, and I'm putting I think about $80 and put a new hard drive in there. And so you're not like air gapping it, so it's not super secure, but you're basically taking something that I'll never really be connecting too much to the internet and using a bunch of ledgers to make sure that things are safe and secure. The other thing I would encourage folks to do that I'll be doing this week, well, I probably shouldn't advertise that, but I'll be doing it this week, is that you'll be circulating or refreshing your Ledger wallet. So transferring everything in a vault asset and just getting new addresses, new seed phrases, resetting everything and putting them all back in the new one. And I would try to do this every 6 months or every year even, depending on your risk ratio. I think those are really important. Like we get stuck with the same wallet, but like, oh my gosh, if you forget the seed phrase or the password or any of that kind of stuff, just make it easy for yourself and refresh that stuff. It's not difficult to do. It is a little nerve-wracking because you're sending stuff back and forth that might be high-value assets, but the blockchain works. Double check the wallets and make sure that the wallet addresses, and make sure everything's going to be set and ready to go. The other one that I thought was really, really amazing was using something called Warm, WARM.xyz. This allows you to set up a proxy wallet that allows you to basically act on behalf of your Vault wallet. And so you don't actually have to have your Vault wallet attached to whatever you're clicking into. This was used for the sewer pass. So this was like a really cool way for me to use a use case where I had my Vault wallet basically create a proxy wallet that I was able to use to go claim a sewer pass without having to actually hook my Vault wallet to a website. And then the third and final piece of advice is, I don't know, y'all are doing this wrong. The key is not to have any money at all. And like me, and you just don't have any money, and then nobody's going to steal your shit. So that's all I got to say.
And that is financial advice.
Yeah, that is the best financial advice. Just have no money and you'll be fine.
Oh, that's hilarious. Christy, what's up, my dude?
First off, I just wanted to say I might not have any money either, but I do have a book from Matthew. So shout out to Matthew. That showed up the other day. That was dope. I wanted to say that, for people in the room that are listening and hearing, like, yeah, set up a Genosis vault, like do all these different things, do multi-sig. Listen, like I have people that are doing this all around me on my team and talking about it. And I still am like a bumbling idiot. Don't know what steps to take, don't know how to do it. And in general, what I've done in the past is anytime I have a hard time remembering the steps and what order to do things, or like, how am I going to remember this in the future? I just make a video about it. And so I think one of the things that we're going to do with When Media is, as we have bumbling idiot Chris moments, we're just going to document them with some videos so we could share with you guys. So when we're talking about these things, giving advice on stage, blah, 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 we just pin it to the top. You can watch the TikTok version where I don't know how I'm going to make setting up a Genosis wallet interesting, but we'll figure that out. But we'll get the step-by-step going as well, because I certainly need that. So my guess is a lot of times people hear this good advice and they're like, cool, that's great advice. And then they do nothing with it because they don't know where to get started. They don't know what to do next. So I think we're going to take care of that for you guys, because we need to take care of it for me. So like it or not, you're going to get it.
Absolutely.
Chris.
Absolutely. Love it. What's up, Philly?
I was gonna say a way for you to make it interesting is just do it in a different voice. Now, here you go. You got your Genosis here, right? You take it, you sign up for it, you get a couple of transactions here. He signs it, she signs it, the one in the back signs it, and your money's on its way.
Bob's your uncle.
Good on
Bob's
you.
your uncle.
Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate.
And I must say, what would Jay change before we take off here? I got to let everybody know a little thing right quick about my mate Chris D. He's got that shredder, you know what I'm saying? That shredder on his site. Yo, definitely go check that shit out. If y'all like making TikTok videos, I've been watching his videos. They're short, they're really quick. The course was dope, and I feel like my videos have been pumping. You know what I'm saying? I've actually changed my TikTok to my motivational online dating site. I'm wearing booze with them. I'm hitting them with the words of affirmation, all thanks to my guy Chris D right there. So go check that out, guys.
Love it. Yeah, Chris is doing a short video every single day teaching you how to be a better content creator. So tap in and start learning, because that is the future of content creation, is that short form shit, because everybody's attention spans are gone. Final. What's up, man?
Yeah, I got 2 points here. Well, I'm enjoying this coffee, and I hope Ben is enjoying his avocado toast. But the first one is, one of the things we don't hear a lot of people talk about is the dusting attacks. And this is something that I educate my community and other community leaders on. We see it all the time. Oh, well, I tried to sell this NFT that was airdropped to me, and it took everything out my wallet. Or I tried to sell this crypto that got airdropped to me, and it took everything out my wallet. Well, if you haven't talked to someone about airdropping you something legitimate, don't touch it. Don't even try to burn it. Just leave it alone, or put it in hidden if it's an NFT, and leave it alone. A lot of time there's hackers out there that will send they'll send a fake crypto out to thousands of wallets just to be able to see what's happening in those wallets. And if you interact with that token, if you send it somewhere, if you try to sell it, it will then initiate a contract that dumps your wallet. The other side of that is you know, we are pioneers. We are the blueprint to this space, and we are the leaders of this space, all of us. So one of the things that we have done, and I like to be able to work with other leaders like you guys on, is I have a alerts channel. And so anytime I catch something or I get something from a connect, I throw it in alerts and I hit the council rank, and that notifies all leaders I'm connected to that, hey, something's going down. Alert your communities right now. Even if it's only affecting one blockchain or, you know, one ecosystem, still go and alert everyone so they know what's going on. Even if we can only save one person from losing everything, that one person is valuable to us all.
That's fantastic. Absolutely true. And most of the time, I don't know about you guys, most of the time those NFTs that show up in your wallet, they are on the Polygon blockchain. Those are the ones to stay out for. If you didn't buy it and you didn't expect it, don't touch it. Just hide it. Seth, mind your business.
What if it has a one?
Oh, what's that?
I was gonna say, what if it has a 1 ETH offer on it already? You know what I'm saying?
You'll see.
Like,
you'll see that though, where like what they'll do is before they create all this, there'll be some price action on it, so it'll show that there was a sale on it, that there's some activity. You can go look at there's some kind of activity on the blockchain in it, so it will trick you. If you didn't buy it, if you didn't request it, if you didn't know that somebody was sending it to you, don't touch it. It's that easy. It literally is that easy. Don't do it. Mind your biz. I know that you probably got something very, very.
I appreciate you, GM. Everybody, I jumped in kind of a little bit late on space and didn't want to jump on stage because there are so many people up on stage, which is great. Love the support, the community that looks out for each other, right? I mean, said this in a space on ordinals, which is kind of like a whole other bag, right? That's a whole other can of worms. That if you're not on a bleeding edge. If you're not on the bleeding edge of what's going on here, like somebody else is, and they stay up nights and weekends, or their bots and their scripts do, to try to separate you from your gains. So appreciate that you guys are promoting that culture of staying 2 steps ahead of your competitors. Quick shout out though, man. Who is Golden Baboons? Is there like something coming up, like a whitelist entry?
Oh yeah.
How would I find out more about that?
Well, I will. I'm glad that you asked, and I do have all of that built into the exit of the show today. So you've got to wait. If you were thinking about hopping off this space, you've now got to wait 5 more minutes until you get that answer. Sorry, Seth.
Man, rug pulled. Seriously, how's that even possible? I didn't even inspect. I didn't sign any transactions at all with my wallet. How did I just get my shit swept?
You did just get rugged. No, but really quick, the Golden Baboons. It's a fun looking collection. Earlier in the space, like we said, it's a Web 2 world coming into Web 3. Exactly what we need. We need some fresh injection of people and capital. It's a collection that mints on February 28th. It is the 28th. Yeah. So the first part of the mint happens on February 28th. Estimated price is 0.03 Ethereum. Which is 50, $60, something like that. Allow list signups are happening now, and I just posted something up in the nest, and you can find the link to it there to get yourself on the allow list. I personally did. Yes, this space is sponsored, but it's just this space. I am definitely going to be getting some of these NFTs because, again, guys, remember this is a mining club. This is a Web 2 investing club coming into Web 3. This is a community that's coming to us. We're not starting from scratch, and so super excited to be a part of this, have them sponsor the space. I guess we can just hear it, Seth. This is what I was going to play. I was going to do a little Golden Baboons minting February 28th.
Hey, you should be the new movie preview voice.
Dude, I was about to do it for you. And then you did it.
Dude, here's the thing, man. Some people feel some kind of way about sponsored faces. I am not mad. Your favorite filmmaker, I don't care who they are, your favorite filmmaker, eventually, when they weren't out there making their blockbuster movie, had to go and sell soap on the weekends for Palmolive, right? Or for whatever, Dove. Spike Lee, all the greats, right? Especially in the early music video days, man, they were commercial media producers first. So like, don't get mad that the daddy's got to pay the bills.
Well, not only that too, but like in the Web3 space, like my whole thing, because me and Jay were talking about this. I don't know if Jay talked about this in the very beginning of the show, but I'll kind of swing back around to it. We had a really deep conversation about this, right? Because like this is real life, you know what I mean? Like if you watch television, like there's commercials on TV, you know what I'm saying? They don't like, they have to get that money. Like we all have to make a living. We can't continue to do stuff for free all the time, you know what I'm saying? As much as we want to, you know what I'm saying? We just can't. Like our time is valuable. And so being able to provide a good, like what this should look like in the future, right? Like, yeah, they paid for the space. They didn't pay for my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that's a huge difference.
Exactly. And you guys know me at this point. I've been in this game long enough to unequivocally tell you my nose is clean. I've never steered anybody wrong, and so I don't plan on doing that ever. And so, but like what we said before, and the whole theme of this show is doing your own research. Just because I have a sponsored space by an NFT project doesn't mean that you need to just go out and buy it. Check it out. If it's for you, then awesome. If it's not, then just find a different community to get into. But that's the beauty of Web3. That's the beauty of all of this, is that we can all make our own choices. We are all free to do what we want. That is Web3, right?
Perfectly said. And it's definitely a project I want to have my team look into and improve support. Yeah. And if it's going to be a great project, then we do a free ad on it in the magazine. If this Web3 breakfast thing, I know you said you want to start streaming it. If it's going to be something that you want to stick to and keep having these great panelists here, then we promote it in the magazine and put it out to over 50 communities and get everybody in here. Make this a stacked event, brother.
I love it, man. And because why I appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that. And then that offer, because here's the deal, is that Web3 Breakfast is a place. It is a hub for the community. That's all that I ever want it to be. If we make suggestions on things to look at, that's all that they are. They're suggestions. There's a show that I do once a week with Matthew. He's one of the speakers up here. It's called This Is Financial Advice. That is a whole different game. That is a different message. That is a different idea and strategy. That is where we can help people navigate some decisions. But for the most part, everything else that you see in the Web3 ecosystem it's all up to us to build, to grow, foster, and really incubate this ecosystem that we really want, and that we can all flourish in, and we can all find something. We get in where we fit in, and we can all make something of ourselves and our financial future. So I do see a couple hands up, so I don't want to leave. I don't want to shut down the space with having some questions. So Caesar, I'm gonna bring you up. Bullhauler, you got your hand up the longest. Go ahead, buddy.
Yo, good morning, everybody. You don't know who I am. I'm just an old cow hauler out here, and these guys have turned my life around. I want to kind of touch space on that needing a burner wallet and shit. A while back, I had some NFTs stolen from me, and if it wasn't for these guys, I would never have thought about it. But they told me, get them damn things out of that wallet, move them somewhere else, get them safe. Don't leave shit in a wallet. Don't interact with something you have no idea about. If nobody said anything about it, if nobody's brought it up, don't even interact with it. Like, don't even know it exists. Just throw the damn thing to the side and walk away, because you'll end up losing money. And we're all here to make money. I mean, we're all the godfathers of this space right now, because before long, everybody and their dog is going to be in here.
Let's go fully.
I was just gonna really guys. I couldn't hear Final Frontier. I just was saying sorry. I spoke when he was talking earlier. I was going to say my bad.
Okay.
No, you're great, man. You're fine.
I see Caesar pop back in today. What is up, bud? How are you?
What's up, guys? I'm still waking up, man. It's early for me, but you guys put on a good breakfast show. It's a little bit before I'm up sometimes, but yeah, I like to jump in when I can, and lots of great stuff being shared from what I've caught so far. I see Chris up here, a lot of familiar faces, Kenton down in the audience, a lot of the usual suspects, man. But yeah, these are important topics, and I like what Bull was sharing, about his personal experience and how the same thing that we're saying, being active in these rooms and these spaces you start to pick up knowledge and information that it can save you a lot of headache or a lot of money, or a combination of both probably. So
absolutely. Very well said, Caesar. Anybody else got anything to add before we take this one home for the day?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, Jay. I always like to say something, man. It's an absolutely incredible space, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming out here. You know what I'm saying? And being a part of this. I think Caesar said it, you start picking up this little knowledge, and, that's really how, this is how we're going to learn, in this space. I don't read well, or, I read fine, but like I hate it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather come here and be able to have trusted people that I can pontificate with, about the challenges of the Web3 world, and everyone is inspired, and we have a level of trust and respect for each other to provide just a good time and good information. And if nobody's told you today, I love you.
Well, Turbo.
Love you too, Turbo.
Turbo, we all love you. Again, just like Turbo said, I appreciate, love everyone that came up on stage, participated, sat in the crowd, threw up some hearts, threw up some hundreds. Thank you to Golden Baboons for sponsoring this space. Again, they're going to be doing our Tuesday and Thursday spaces for the next couple weeks. Make sure that you guys have a great rest of your day. There's just a couple things on schedule for today. We've got a OG Apes and Grandma Ape Spa Club space, I believe, at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then Meme NFT space at 7 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. There will be links and stuff that we'll kick out throughout the day for all that. But if you can't make any of those, make sure that you come back tomorrow morning for Web3 Breakfast, because you know what that means. Oh, it's Friday. It's pizza day. So I think we're going to eat a pizza during the show. Maybe. Probably.
Yeah, please tag us in that so we can get some other people here.
All right, sounds good, my man. I appreciate you. We will absolutely do that. Y'all have a fantastic day. And just like Turbo said, make sure you tell someone that you love them. Even if it's yourself, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you. And have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.